If you love the Las Vegas Raiders, then hit the subscribe button. Join the Raiders Report family and help us get to 132,000 subscribers. We are the #1 most watched channel on YouTube, but it's because we have that family atmosphere. We bring that Oakland tailgate vibe, and if you want to join a wild, wild show, hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications. That way, anytime we drop a video, you never miss it. Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports. And the topic of discussion right now, and basically a major topic around the Las Vegas Raiders, has been quarterback Tom Brady, because a lot of experts out there, insiders, continue to link Tom Brady and Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, to the Las Vegas Raiders. But you know what? I've done this show for a long time, and I can remember the days when all those rumors around Brady going to Las Vegas. Turns out, well, Dana White, there was a connection there. Remember last season when we talked about Devontae Adams buying a home in Las Vegas? People were like, he's got all this money, it's not going to happen. Sometimes you have to check out where the smoke is because there's fire, which brings me to this conversation. I have already spent this entire offseason telling everybody out there that I believe the #1 person most likely under center for this Raiders offense next season is Brady. So it would be negligent of me not to cover a story about Brady potentially going to the Miami Dolphins. Remember, Brady, seen just a few days ago, we're talking about touring and buying an apartment, and now he was seen just yesterday at Miami Country Day Private School looking for a school for his kids. A lot of stuff here to be thinking about. So the rumors right now circulating around the NFL is Brady thinking about going to the Miami Dolphins? We already know this offseason that the Dolphins have said, hey, Tua's going to be our guy. They want to stick with him. But if there's a chance where I think Stephen Ross could get Brady to Miami, it would definitely be interesting. There's no way about it. So the biggest thing that we're going to be talking about here on today's show is we're going to look at all the facts, all the rumors, everything that there is to know about Brady and whether or not he's going to Miami, or is he going to still potentially go to the Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, he is coming off a little bit of a down year. We understand that. 4,694 yards, that's still second most in the NFL. 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. I do think that there is an argument to be had of, was Brady or is Brady washed up? Is he falling off a cliff? He's definitely taken a step back or two, but that's because he's getting up there in age. But here's the other question. Stephen Ross got a lot of money. He's got to be sitting there wondering, would our team be better with Brady or with Tua? We know that he's got a great connection with Brady. Remember all the rumors last offseason about Brady on the yacht with Stephen Ross, the whole Brian Flores situation. We also know that Brady went to Michigan. I mean, this is what the Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan. The ties go all the way back. And Brady, whether people want to rip on him or not, he is a family man. And the Ross family of the Miami Dolphins, they have a good relationship with Brady's family. So with everything that has happened around Tom this season, I got a question for you right now. And you know what? We're going to make this the pinned comment on today's show, which means you're going to get hit with the YouTube ad break. While you're getting hit with the YouTube ad break, I want you to scroll on down and give me your honest answer. Did Tom Brady choose the Dolphins over the Raiders? Give me a Y for yes, or I want you to scroll on down and type your N for no. My answer, it remains the same. I know what the video is. I know what it's titled. And I did this because when I get people who DM me a topic over and over and over again, that light bulb goes off in my head and I'm like, I got to talk about this on the show. So I still think that Tom Brady is headed to Las Vegas. Here's the really kind of part that shouldn't surprise a lot of people. Brady's got a lot of money. So if he wants to have a $70,000 apartment in Miami, he can do it. He could probably also have a $70,000 apartment in Las Vegas, a $70,000 apartment in Dallas, a $70,000 apartment in probably 5 or 6 more cities. He's got a lot of money. And you know what? He's not even the breadwinner in that family. Giselle makes even more money than he does. And he's trying to be a good parent, looking for schools for his kids. And probably when he goes to Miami to visit his kids, he wants to have an apartment to go to. So where is Brady going to go? Don't get me wrong. I love talking about rumors. I love talking to Raider fans. I love talking to NFL fans. I talked to my dad about this topic walking into work today. I do believe where there is smoke, there is fire. But you know what? And the fire, the smoke that every single person, when you see a rumor, should look at, betting odds, because Vegas knows, Sportsline, all these book partners out there, they know things way before a lot of us do. Remember when Derek Carr got benched? Remember that? So the Raiders, that game was like a 6-point spread. Carr gets benched, doesn't get announced yet. That game goes from 6-10 on the books. If you followed me on Twitter, you would have seen it. Well, how about this? According to Sportsline, the Dolphins aren't even in the top 5. Now, I don't know how that's possible. I'll be honest, they should at least be in the top 5. But number 1 is still the Las Vegas Raiders. The Jets come in at plus 500. But this, to be honest, when I made this graphic, Nathaniel Hackett, he just got hired as the OC for New York. That's a part of me that thinks, well, now maybe Aaron Rodgers is going to go to the New York Jets. I don't see Brady going to the Niners. They have an interesting quarterback dilemma there. Tennessee, no, and he's not going to go back to New England. Gronk said a few days ago he wants to have a good time. He had a good time with McDaniels. Not that him and Belichick didn't win, but they were always butting heads. So the Brady to Miami story, I think it's funny, a lot of people aren't talking about the day before. His ex-wife, Giselle, also toured the school. But they did it separately. You know why? Because that's what happens when you're a divorced couple. So for them, they're just looking out for their kids. Now, let's not over-speculate on it. I think it sounds like Brady is just finding a school for his kids. Giselle lives in Miami. He's doing what a parent should do. He's looking to help out his kids best go forward, and when he wants to visit them on his flights to Las Vegas, Miami, he can do that. This is what NFL.com had to say about Brady potentially joining the Las Vegas Raiders, because anytime you hear insiders talk about destinations and different things like that, you should start to keep tabs on him. Now, we know a guy like Adam Schefter. Maybe you've heard of him before. He said that he believed that, yes, Brady to the Raiders, it makes sense. Albert Breer flat out said 100% the Raiders are interested. It only comes down to whether or not Brady wants to go there. So NFL.com on Brady to Vegas. The defense has its issues. The offensive line could use help, and there's a fair amount of suspicion here. Is McDaniels any good at this? Are the Raiders any better than the Bucs? Why mess around with the AFC West? But the combination of good coach and scheme will allow Brady to hit the ground running among a flock of fringy possibilities. Vegas seems to stand alone as the club that wants him and would be wanted in return. So stands alone as would be wanted and wanted in return. Brady's had a crazy year. Yeah, the football field, it's his first losing season, 8-9. I still think if he starts that final week, the Bucs probably win that game. Or he did start. He didn't finish the game. They took him out early. But, I mean, we got to be able to face facts, right? We're all human. We all put our pants on the same way. Maybe Jeremy doesn't. But I know that I personally put my pants on the same way as Tom, and he probably wants some stability. We all do in life. And I do think the Raiders provide stability for Tom Brady on the football field, which is something that, again, he's going to be looking for. His off-the-field life, it's going to be a little bit crazy for him for a long time. My parents are divorced. I've dealt with it. It's insane. But I do think from a stability standpoint, we know Tom wants that on the field. And the Brady and the Raiders, they offer that to Brady better than I think any NFL team out there. Before we wrap up the show, remember, follow me on Twitter. I've been talking a lot about the Raiders. Brady also tweeted out the whole hiring with Hackett. You can find that info on there. Party at Chat Sports tomorrow for the holiday party. If you want to see how that goes down, hit me up on IG. And I am going to be doing a live show on Locals a little bit later today. So head on over there, Raidersport.locals.com. Again, Brady to Miami. It's a cool rumor. I still think, though, he ends up coming to the Las Vegas Raiders.